Welcome back. When you turn on your tap, do you give much thought as to where that water comes from? Well, in tonight's Education Matters, Juanita Stevenson joins us with how a Valley farmer is working hard to teach school children, as well as the rest of us, about the importance of water.
When farmer Marvin Meyers built his water banking system near Mendota, it was out of necessity. He needed an alternative source of water during the dry season. The project now includes a restored wetlands habitat, and Meyers is using it all as an outdoor classroom for Valley students. Water. It is that precious resource that is in short supply this year.
We farmers are really struggling now.
Farmer Marvin Meyers has lived through a few droughts, and not having enough water led him to create this, a system of groundwater recharge basins located near Mendota, his own private water bank.
I realized that the only answer is, for me, was I gotta have some place to store water in wet years so I can use it in dry years.
This has become more than a place to store water. There are wetlands here, wildlife, a perfect place to teach, and Meyers is dedicated to getting Valley students to understand the importance of water.
Where the water comes from, how it gets down through the canals, and sometimes I'm at the feeling that does the public really care? As long as the water's coming out of their tap.
School kids from up and down the state come here to learn and experience. This group came all the way from Escalon High, located west of Manteca. Their teacher wanted them to come here.
The water issue, although it's affecting everyone, I really wanted them to come see a part of California where it was severely affecting them.
The dark blue line that's down below it, that's the California Aqueduct.
Jason Dean, biologist and project manager, uses this water map to explain to students where our water comes from and how it flows through California.
I don't really know about water and how it works, so I think it's very educational. And I didn't know all the names like a slough and aquifer and canal and stuff like that.
The classroom, located in what was the old Spreckles sugar plant, is only part of what these students experience during their day here. The Water Bank and Wildlife Project sits on 2,600 acres. About half of it is restored wetlands.
It's a great learning lab for the students. We can bring them out here, teach them about wetland issues, and actually show them wetland vegetation.
It's not a polywog because it has legs.
Kat Crushell and Carolyn Matthews, both docents with the Fresno County Office of Education, collect water samples looking for organisms that can indicate the quality of the water.
This is a crawdad thing.
Students will be able to test the samples themselves and learn.
I didn't really think about that ever, about the quality of the water and learning about all the different types of organisms you never even think about.
Getting them to see and understand how this all works, from the water we use in our homes, to the water we need to feed our crops, to the water to preserve wildlife.
Farmers are eternal optimists.
One farmer's dream shows us how it can all coexist.
And it's not just a field trip, it's a learning experience. And that's what I really get excited about. That young people should be able to learn about wildlife habitat, and learn about water.
Now, Meyers and Dean worked with the Fresno County Office of Education to develop curriculum for their schools to use. The entire educational experience, including those field trips, are provided to schools at no cost. Meyers picks up the tab.
And it's not just water, and that's an incredible fact, but it's everything that people take for granted these days, especially young people.
Yes, they do. This was an eye-opener for a lot of them.
Yeah, and water's one thing right now that we cannot take for granted.
No, we all need to learn a little bit more about our water and where it comes from.
Yeah, maybe we need not just the kids, maybe they need their parents all going down to that water bank as well.
We could all
yes,
benefit from a trip, believe me.
Juanita, thanks so much. Appreciate that.